This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, Luzerne County's acting manager says public service is a privilege. Here's some of his priorities for the county next. Well, hi-de-ho neighbors, and welcome to FYI. I'm Ken Karen. I appreciate you carving out some of your day for us at SSPTV. And remember, you can watch FYI in HD on Service Electric Cablevision Channel 513. To the information. Last week, we told you that Luzerne County Solicitor David Pedri was named the acting manager of the county while a search is on for a permanent manager. Today, our Lisa Sugar talked with him about his new role and about a major announcement made today by the county.
Today, we are pleased to welcome to our studios acting Luzerne County Manager David Pedri. First of all, congratulations on your new position. Thank you for joining us here today. How does it feel to be sitting in that position, a position you were very familiar with as the solicitor of Luzerne County?
Well, thank you for having me here today. I'm very honored and I'm privileged to be serving this capacity. Public service is a privilege, and to be able to do what I can for the citizens of Luzerne County in this position really means a lot.
Now, we were talking earlier, and you said one of your priorities is to have an open door policy. So what does that mean for our viewers?
Well, the main thing I want county employees as well as the citizens of Luzerne County to know is that the door to my office is open. I am open for suggestions. I'm open for ideas. Luzerne County management in the past has had some trouble communicating, especially some of the good things that we've been doing in the community. So it's going to be up to me to make sure our county council is informed, to make sure the public is informed, and to make sure that the public as well as our employees know that I'm available to them if they need me.
Now, when you took over this position, I would assume there are a lot of pros because you did sit next to Lawton when he was the manager, and you were right there seeing what was happening and seeing the workings of county government on a day-to-day basis. So how is that benefiting you right now?
Without a doubt, that's been a major benefit for me. Being able to sit with him and watch him go through all these different projects and understand every single department and what every department is doing. We're a corporation of over 1,400 employees. So each department, each division has its own ideas, its own goals, and the idea of the manager is to make this into one fleet and take all these pirate ships and to make them into one fleet. And I've seen all of those projects happening in my capacity as solicitor. So the goal is to keep the wheels on, to keep the trains running, and to make sure that the county keeps moving forward.
Now, also today, an announcement being made for a new program.
Absolutely. We're very, and this is one of the good things that Luzerne County is doing that we want to make sure people are aware of. Our Luzerne County Emergency Management Agency has been extremely active. One of the great things that they're going to be announcing today is through a grant from the Department of Homeland Security, we are going to be implementing a swift reach messaging system. This system, which the information will be on the Luzerne County website, will be able to have each and every citizen of Luzerne County sign up for. If there's ever an emergency or any information that needs to get out to them, it'll be an instant notification. In addition, the municipalities also have the ability to opt into this program to only send messages to those people in those municipalities. So we have intergovernmental cooperation as well as informing people of what Luzerne County is doing. This is exactly what we should be doing in Luzerne County.
All right, well, that sounds like a great project. Can't wait to hear what happens, and I'm sure the municipalities will get involved. I want you to know that our door is always open for you to come in and tell the people what is transpiring in Luzerne County.
Great.
We want to keep them up to date, and if they want to get in touch with you, what's the best way to do it?
Obviously, you can come to the courthouse, 200 North River Street in Wilkes-Barre, or they can contact my office, 570-825-1635.
All right, thank you so much. Acting Luzerne County Manager, David Pedri.
Thanks, Lisa. You can hear much more from the acting county manager on a brand new Sam LaSan show, which airs this Friday at 12:30 p.m. and 8 p.m. here on SSPTV. Last night, Americans watched as President Barack Obama gave his final State of the Union address. Tonight, we have reaction to that speech by SSPTV political analyst Rick Morelli.
Well, what I saw last night was this was not the same person who ran for president 7 years ago and talked about change. To me, it wasn't a very inspiring speech. He spent a lot of time talking about the politics in Washington and how that needs to change. And my opinion is that has been going on for decades. Some of the greatest presidents of the United States have gone through the same challenges with Congress and the infighting between the Republicans and Democrats, but we've still seen great presidents come away with all of that. And that's just something that, to me, it's unfortunate, and I agree with him that it needs to change. But the reality is it's probably not going to change. And I didn't think that there was a lot of substance behind the speech. Again, I think he wanted to leave. I think he's having a challenge of what his legacy will be. Even though I'm not a huge fan of his, I do think that there were some accomplishments under his presidency, but I don't think he did a great job in hitting on them. I think he was more on defense and trying to point the finger at the problems of the politics rather than focusing on his accomplishments.
What would you have liked to have heard in that address last night?
Well, I think as just an American, whether you're a Republican or Democrat, you want to see that the United States is on the right track, and the fact that there's a lot of positives and movements moving forward. And I didn't get that out of him. I kind of looked at it as a little bit more on defense. I think the 7 years has taken a toll on him. I think there were some responses to the presidential campaigning that's going on out there and his rebuttals to what people are saying. So, again, as an American, I would like to listen to what he had said and said, hey, we've made a lot of changes in the last 7 years. And I didn't feel the conviction in his voice, quite frankly.
Moving on FYI, the big question tonight, who wants to be a billionaire? Lottery outlets have been busy with billionaire wannabes shelling out cash in hopes of having tonight's winning Powerball numbers. The grand prize, a record-breaking $1.5 billion or an estimated $930 million for the cash option. Good luck to everyone who played. Lisa Sugar says she's going to buy us all lunch if she wins. I'll have the lobster, Lisa, even if we're ordering from Jimmy's Quick Lunch. Good luck tonight, everybody. And the superintendent of the Hazleton Area School District is inviting parents, students, and patrons of the district to his third community outreach meeting. Dr. Craig Butler says the meetings provide a more intimate and informal setting to discuss district issues, concerns, and celebrations.
We have had upwards of 40 and 50 people at each session. So it's been fruitful, productive. I would go so far as to saying that parents are appreciating the transparency, the fact that we're availing ourselves to them and we can discuss with them as interested and concerned parents of the school district. We want to be very open and honest with our community and about the good things and the things that we need to do to improve in the school district. So it has absolutely answered the call that I expected it to answer so far, and it's something that we will continue to do. And I believe the parents that have attended, and we encourage more parents to attend, have really enjoyed the sessions.
The next community outreach meeting is set for tomorrow at 6:30 at the Keystone Fire Hall, Grant and Hancock Streets in McAdoo. Coming up next on FYI, we launch a new segment with the host of a new show coming to SSPTV. It's Dennis Gans of Wild Bout Huntin'. And later in sports, Dave Seaman and I will break down the Cougars' win over Tunkhannock and talk about the Rams' move to Los Angeles.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Well, deer season is over, but there are some things that all our hunters out there in the viewing audience should be doing. We are so pleased to have back in our studios Dennis Gans, the producer and host of Wild Bout Huntin', soon to be seen on the Hunt Channel in April and also right here on SSPTV, the newest member of our family. Great to see you, and you have some great advice for our viewers once again.
Oh, absolutely. Great to be back, and looking forward to 2016 and finally hitting the airways.
We are too. We can't wait. So now deer season's over, but we were talking, and there are things that hunters, they don't just put that gear away or what and forget about it. There's things they have to do.
Yeah, one of the things that you can focus on, and that I like to do as well as our team, is don't forget about your tree stands and your ground blinds. A lot of guys will buy and they'll put these great pieces of equipment out there, and it's not cheap. We pay a lot of money for our equipment. It funds the hunting industry, but you want that stuff to last you a long time. You've invested in a piece of equipment that you want to last. So one of the things you should be teaching right now, or thinking about right now, is looking at the fact that you want to get those tree stands out of the woods, okay, and the ground blinds. Don't let them out all season long. They're going to get weathered. If you've got tree stands that have seat cushions, you know, the squirrels, the birds, they're looking for somewhere to nest up and stay warm. They're going to destroy your seat cushions. Personal experience here. I've replaced a lot of seat cushions over the years. So one of the things that I try to do is get out there, now that deer season's over, and I'm not going to be really disturbing anything from any other hunters, is get my tree stands out of the woods, all right? This allows you to inspect them, make sure there's no mechanical problems with them. We use muddy tree stands and muddy ground blinds here at Wild Boar Hunting. They're great, they're very safe, they're lightweight, so it's not hard to get them in and out. One thing you want to remember is being safe when you're getting in and out of those trees. And you always want to make sure you wear your safety restraint system no matter which one it is that you're using. We use our tree spider safety harnesses. One thing that I always do is I always wear not only the safety harness when you're getting those tree stands out, but I also use what they call is a strap that looks like this. It connects around there. They call that the lineman's belt, okay? And this helps go around your tree, and you should be using this along with your safety harness to help you connect it. You can work hands-free. You're not going to fall out of that tree, and you're able to move relatively quickly up and down. And have a good rope when you're lowering things. Don't drop things because you pay a lot of money for these tree stands. So don't drop them. Have somebody helping you. Use a good rope. Tie it on there. Lower it down to them. Let them untie it. Pull it back up and go one step at a time. Same thing with your ground blinds. You leave them out. They're tough, they're durable, but the snow is coming down outside right now. So we want to make sure that we get that out there and get those ground blinds out and inspect everything. This way they last a lot longer for you.
And if somebody doesn't do what you're saying they should do, when they head on out there, they could face some really serious danger.
Sure, because you don't know from the weather if any kind of nuts and bolts may have come loose. Tree stands, you know, not exactly safe. You know, the trees move and they blow around, so you know you want to make sure that those tree stands are safe. So it's better to bring them in, keep them out of the weather, inspect them, and then put them up, you know, prior to the deer season, a couple months before, you know, the end of the summer, and they're ready to go. It won't affect the deer.
All righty. If anybody wants to know more about Wild Boar Hunting or any tips you have, where do they go?
They can check out on our website at www.wildboarhunting.com, or they can email us with any questions at info@wildboarhunting.com, and we'll answer them for them.
All right. Get ready. Mark your calendars. April, Wild Boar Hunting right here and on the Hunt Channel. Don't miss it.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Our famous snow pile in the back parking lot shot is back because, well, the snow is back, and I'm sure all of you are thrilled. Here's our local forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight we have a slight chance of light snow after 4 a.m. It will be mostly cloudy with low around 14 degrees, wind up to 10 miles per hour, and our chance of precipitation is 20%. Let's get to our 4-day outlook. Thursday, mostly cloudy with a high near 31 with a west wind from 7 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday night will be mostly cloudy with a low around 24 degrees. On Friday, we'll see partly sunny skies with a high near 42. Friday night, rain and snow likely, cloudy with a low of 32 degrees. On Saturday, we have a 50% chance of rain and snow, mostly cloudy, high in the upper 30s. Saturday night will be mostly cloudy with a low of 24 degrees. On Sunday, mostly cloudy with a high near 28. And then on Sunday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 16 degrees. And just a reminder that the City of Hazleton's snow parking ban is in effect. It began in November and will remain in effect until April. And now we have the green screen on FYI. I feel it's being overshadowed with the Powerball this week, but here it is, your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers: pick 220, pick 3 695, pick 4 3715, and pick 5 57366. Now to our home of the week, a gorgeous custom-built 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath home in Eagle Rock Resort. It was built in December of 2010 and only used as a vacation home. This beautiful property looks and shows like new and is being sold fully furnished, and it's listed at $263,900. It features an open floor plan, a master bedroom on the first floor, and it's in a great location near the ski slopes and a half-mile from the lake. For an appointment, call Nancy Dunlap at 570-384-1361. Sports is next on FYI. We'll be right back.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
2016 continues to roll along, and so do the Hazleton area Cougars. The boys basketball team, the man sitting right next to me covers them for the Standard speaker, Dave Seaman. And Dave, what a night against Tunkhannock. Once again, everything seems like it was clicking for the Hazleton area Cougars. Big win there. And we talked with Coach Joseph after the game about a possibility of a letdown after a big win over Crestwood, and here's what he had to say.
We talked about it before the game. I said, we were so locked in the other night up there in that environment, that atmosphere. I thought we had great focus for 32 minutes as a team. And I said if there was going to be one area where there could be a letdown tonight, it usually is on the defensive end of the basketball where, you're not as focused, you're not as locked in. Maybe you're going for some steals and playing a little bit above the offense. And at times I thought we did that, but I thought we did enough good things with the basketball. Just about everybody that was out there scored tonight. And I thought we shared it. We moved it against their zone. Early on, I thought we rebounded really well and got the ball out in the break and finished some plays in transition. And I thought our big guys did a nice job of passing the ball to one another. We had a lot of good high-low looks, a lot of good give-and-go feeds with our big guys. So I thought we had some good things happen offensively, and I thought we did enough good things throughout the course of 32 minutes, again, not to see a big drop-off from what we did the other night.
Dave, I looked at the game last night and I saw Tunkhannock was able to make some shots from the perimeter, maybe the only flaw in Hazleton's game. I mean, you've covered them for a while. Are there flaws in this team?
Yeah, there are flaws. I mean, teams are going to expose some of their flaws as they get into the season and everything. In the conference, they should have a good opportunity to challenge for the title again. Not every game is going to be easy. You got to take one game at a time. It's old cliche, but and I'm sure Coach Joseph is trying to stick that message into his team and let them believe that they have to show up every night, because that's the only team that's going to really beat them is themselves. I mean, if they come to play as they've played against Crestwood and again for the most part against Tunkhannock, they're their team to beat in a WVC. But again, they got to come to play. It's a young team too.
Dave, I was impressed, and it seems like they do bring it all the time. You don't really, even with the scores they've been putting up, and even they have a lot of people they can sub in. The depth on this team, 7 different players scored in that first quarter against Tunkhannock. That impressed me. Who's a guy who maybe doesn't get the headlines who you've watched this season who's been performing for the Cougars?
I think the young Planutis, Jeff Planutis, has really stepped up. He's been a starter. He does a lot of things with the basketball. They say he's a stat sheet stuffer, where he will he'll make a big assist or a rebound. He'll get out on the break. He ignited the Crestwood game the other night with the Cougars were struggling to get any offense going. He made a couple quick steals and baskets in transition, and it kind of got the Cougars going. I think he's been a pleasant surprise so far.
Speaking of the Planutis brothers over there, we'll talk about that Ridgewood connection. The 3 Planutis brothers, also Dante Biazzi growing up in Ridgewood, and Coach Joseph saying how much they're helping the younger guys, sophomores, freshmen, come along. Bright future at Hazleton Area High School. Big future for the Standard speakers. You guys take a look at the past. Your anniversary issue coming up. It's the most interesting thing you found out, if you think of top of your head through doing this. Maybe something you did for the paper.
I want to look at something Dino Alberto, our great racing correspondent, did. He did a tribute to racing, our area's racing legacy. There's a racetrack on the south side of Hazleton near the brick plant that there's not much information about, but somehow Dino was able to get a picture of it. So that's interesting, and like I said, it's just about the different athletes and coaches and what they meant to this area. It's not a full list. It can never be a full list. So that's my disclaimer right now. There's not a full list if you don't see your name or your favorite team included. It's through no fault of not lack of effort, and it's not because their efforts weren't out there, but because believe me, this area does have a rich sports legacy.
Look forward to that this Sunday. Now, Dave, you're a Rams fan, you said, and in the NFL, the Rams making the move to Los Angeles. So what do you think, going from L.A. to St. Louis and now back to Los Angeles? Do you like the move?
I don't think it affects the fans from this area. I know a few Ram fans from this area. It's the people in St. Louis that it affects more, and the people in Los Angeles. We watch them on TV. The people who have had season tickets in St. Louis, you feel for those fans. But going to Los Angeles, I mean, it's all about the money. Show me the money. That's where the NFL is going to make the most money, being in Los Angeles. You get a new stadium there. You're able to host Super Bowls there. And I think the NFL is just waiting for the right time to go back to Los Angeles. And it so happens to be the Rams. And the Rams had a great history in Los Angeles. Never won a Super Bowl there, so maybe that'll be a first time for everything, too.
Dave, it's been a while. There's a lot of shifting going on in the NFL in the 90s with the Raiders and the Rams moving from L.A., the Browns, of course, moving as well to Baltimore. Should there be a way in the NFL to try to keep more of an effort to keep these teams where they are? I understand there's big money to be made in Los Angeles, but I have to think a product can sell. The NFL can pretty much sell anywhere.
I agree. I think the NFL can sell anywhere, too. But the NFL wants the best of the best, and if they're going to get stadiums that are they need some cooperation from, in St. Louis they had a plan to propose a new stadium. But again, the NFL wants the best of the best, and they're going to look where they can make the most money.
Check out the Standard Speaker this Sunday, big anniversary issue. Dave, we'll see you again next week. It's Wednesday, and here's some delicious alliteration. It's signature steak night at Bottlenecks. All of their signature steaks are only $9.95, plus bottomless soup and salad for only $2.95.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, Holy Trinity Orthodox Church, 223 South Kennedy Drive in McAdoo, will be having a pierogi sale on Friday, January 15th from 10 a.m. to 5:30. Please call ahead to place your order, 570-929-2733. Our next announcement, the Northeastern Pennsylvania chapter of the American Red Cross will be hosting a volunteer information event Thursday, January 14th from 3 to 7 p.m. at their center in Scranton. Learn about plenty of volunteer opportunities, and everyone is welcome. For info, call 570-823-7161. And finally, a pasta dinner will be held Sunday, January 17th from noon to 5 p.m. at the Tresco Fire Company. Tickets are $8 for adults and $5 for children. Walk-ins are welcome and takeout is available. All proceeds benefit the annual ACS Telethon. For more information, please call 570-459-1212. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Joseph R. Barranco Sr. of McAdoo. Funeral is Saturday at 10 a.m. from the Damiano Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 5 to 8 p.m. And Frederick L. Kane of Weatherly. Mass is Saturday at 10 a.m. from the Our Lady of Lourdes Catholic Church. The Philip J. Jeffries Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Frank Vendura of Claire's. Frank, if you're watching, give us a call, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
There's a Dave Day bonus right now on Facebook.com/FYI News 13. We'll talk about Penn State having some coaches and players leave, and also FYI Matt Limegrover, new offensive line coach for Penn State. He was an assistant coach at Minnesota. He's from Pittsburgh. That's it for tonight. Take it easy, everyone.